Hello YouTube, this is Lisa. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I'm doing great. I am on my lunch hour in my car, and this is just a couple things that I wanted to talk to you all about. I always do the garden tours, but I don't think I ever mentioned to you all which plants I have planted that are my first time planting them. So like the honeycomb tomato, this is my first time planting it. So I think it was Yellow Door Garden and Homestead, I think that's her name of her channel. She planted them last year, and I've seen more than just her. There's a lot of people that planted the honeycomb tomato, and they talk about how good and sweet it is, and I wanted to try it. So I have it growing, it's doing well, and I hope that my harvest is good so that I can try it. And so, like I said, it's my first time trying it. The Sugar Sweet 100 I tried last year, and I guess my seeds were bad, I don't know, but I had some seeds from 2021, and then I never could get them to germinate. And so I went and ordered some online at burpee.com, and I got those to germinate, but it just was so hot last year. It didn't much do. I think I did have a good garden, but some things suffered because it was so hot. I mean, we would have days and days and days of like 110 degrees. And so like a lot of my tomatoes didn't do well. And so the Super Sweet 100, I didn't get to do that well. But then one grew up, volunteer in a grow bag and it grew. And it gave me some tomatoes, and but you know, it did good. But I still wanted to try the Super Sweet 100, and so I have that growing this year, and those plants are doing well, and so I'll see how they do. The Brandywine I tried last year. It's doing better now than it did last year, and again, it was so hot last year. And so I didn't get not one of them last year, but I have two growing right now, and they are doing well. So we'll see what I get out of that. The Napa cabbage, this is my first time growing it. They all went to seed, and so I have them growing, and I'm gonna harvest the seeds. And so, but I'm gonna try it again. I did harvest 2 of them. I think I probably had about 12 plants, and 10 of them went to seed. That's the thing about here in North Alabama. We get freezing temperatures, and then once it warms up so fast, you just don't have time to, you just have to gauge it. I probably put out my cold hardy plants too late. It was still cool at night and everything, but it just jumped from cold to hot, and I didn't have no warm nowhere. It's just cold to hot. And so they just went to seed. And so I only got the 2, and they were starting to go to seed. I just took them. And but I am going to try and grow those again. I'll grow those in the fall and see what I get then. The broccoli, the imperial broccoli, I never grown that variety of broccoli before. I've grown broccoli, but I saw Travis over at the Lazy Dog Garden, and he grew the imperial broccoli, and the heads of those were so nice and big and green and pretty. So I wanted to try those. So we'll see what I get. I hope I didn't get those out too late. but they're doing well so far. I also wanted to mention that we have Paul Robeson and Early Girl tomato plants growing as well. My sister, she planted those, and we was just trying them out because we had heard other gardeners mention how good those varieties are. So we have those growing as well. I wanted some of the old-timey butter beans like my mother used to cook when I was little. And so I didn't know. I didn't have no idea on what to get. My coworker went to the co-op, and she got the Ford Hook butter bean, lima bean, bush bean, or something like that. And so she gave me some of them. She said, here, try these. These may be like what you are looking for. So I got those growing, and they seem to be doing well. So I'll see how those turn out. If they do, I'll grow them again next year. The snow peas. I never grew snow peas. I'd been growing sugar snap peas over the last 2 years. And but the snow peas, this was my first year. I like them. I'll be growing those again. I like them. And when they were really at their best, they were almost sweeter than the sugar snap that I had grown as well. So yes, I will grow the snow peas again. The Florida broadleaf mustard green, this year I've got a harvest from them several times. I usually don't get a harvest because, like I said, they would go to seed before I can get a harvest from them. This year I got a harvest, and I love them. I will grow those again. And I have a few plants that I'm going to get seeds from it. And because the seeds that I have, they're a couple years old, and I just want to start saving as many seeds as I can from everything that I'm growing. But anyway, I will try to grow cabbage sprouts again. I'm gonna try that. I've been trying for the last 2 years. Last year, the snails ate all my cabbages, and then they attacked my cabbage sprouts. So I'm gonna try cabbage sprouts again this year. And so I guess that's about all that I can that I just kind of wanted to mention. I forget things. I don't write things down when I go in the garden, so I forget to say things, and then when I watch the video, I'll just be like, oh, I should have said this, or I should have said that. So that's the purpose of this video today. I also wanted to say that I just released a video making the green onion powder. I want to let you all know that when you, and I don't think I didn't say it in the video, but I did say this: when you're dehydrating your onions, and you can do your garlic this way, you can do the white onion bulbs, you can make onion powder, make garlic powder, same way I did in the video with the onion tops. What you got to do is you got to make sure you get that onion or that garlic, whatever you dehydrating and making powder, you got to make sure it is good and dry. Because if there is any moisture left behind, if you just say, oh, I'm tired of dehydrating, it's dry enough, don't do that. Because it will not store well if you don't dry it enough. It's got to be crispy when you pick it up or mash it or whatever. It's got to crumble up. It's got to be crispy to crumble up. You don't want to bend it and it just stretch and go back to shape. Don't do that. Don't powder that, because it will not store well. You can turn it to powder, and then it's going to sit on your shelf, or when you store it, it's going to dry, and it's gonna turn hard as a rock, and it won't be powder anymore. So when you try this making your powder, just be sure that you dehydrate it as long as till it's totally dry. Don't have any moisture. When you are dehydrating your onion bulbs, white onions, yellow onions, whichever. You can do red onions probably. I'm sure you can. Or your garlic, chop them up into kind of small pieces. And you may have to let your dehydrator run for 24 hours. You may have to let it, especially in the garlic and the bulbs, onion bulbs, you may have to let that dehydrator run for 24 hours. It just depends on your dehydrator. Mine, I can't control the temperature on it. I think it's just set on 125. And when I plug it in, that's what it's gonna run until you unplug it. So I think on the green onions, I think we let it run for, I think we let them dehydrate probably 11, 12 hours. And so the onion bulbs and the garlic, you gotta let go longer, because they're nothing but water, really. They are nothing but water. So just got to be sure you get it totally dry, or they will not store well. They will dry on your shelf in the container, whatever you put it in, and then it will get hard as a rock. That's why sometimes you can go to the store and you can buy garlic powder or onion powder, and you may have it a while or something, and if it sits on your shelf and it get moisture, condensation, or anything, they may not have dehydrated it right when they made the powder. And if it gets, over time, it will turn as hard as a rock. It won't be powder anymore. So I just wanted to let you all know that. And so if you tried dehydrating and making your onion powder and your garlic powder, please let me know. I would love to know how you all's turn out. I hope that you can, because it can save you money. Garlic powder costs a lot of money when you go buy it. And if you can grow your own garlic and dehydrate it and make your own, hey, do that. Well, I've even made minced garlic. It's easy as it can be. And I might try and do a video on that, because I'm about out of my minced garlic. And that I just harvest, I may just take some of them and make a few jars of it for you all to see. And I mean, all this stuff you can do in your house yourself, and you don't have to pay Walmart and all these other places. You'll give them all your money for that little bit of stuff that they give you. So you can do it yourself and save yourself some money. So if you like my content, I really appreciate a thumbs up, and come back, subscribe, share, and I'm always doing something. I'm always on my lunch hour. And I might even run home and let you see them deliver my shed, and watch it almost turn over onto my tomatoes and my okra. But you all stay safe, you stay well, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.